What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Golden Dice Podcast. I'm your host, Brian. Tonight we have a special guest that is not Flockton.
That's
Flockton
not.
takes up that slot.
Yeah.
Well,
What's going on,
according to some
Coach?
people, it is Flockton.
Yeah, to Flockton, you might be Flockton. It's really hard to tell what's going on in that boy's brain at any time. But tonight we have Scott as regular, and then our special guest is Jay from Unplayable. You know him, you love him.
Was
Thanks for coming on, Jay.
Yep, I actually considered trying to dress up like Jack and pretend like I was Jack, but
Put on some joggers. Yeah.
Yeah. Not anymore. He's cleaned up his act and
He's clean. I know he's so he's a fancy lad now.
He's
that
wearing
he
a
lives
blazer,
in Minnesota,
like
and yeah. Well, he just looks like skinny Silent Bob.
I put a little thing in our listener questions channel. I said we're having a special guest tonight, and Alan was like, "Ask your guests how the Minnesota winters are," and I was like, "It's not actually Jack this time. I swear to God."
Yeah, we swear it's we have other friends,
but tonight it is not
6 of them.
It is not. Yeah, So, go ahead.
The Unplayable guys in the bucket hats. So you're like 6.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
pretty much. Justin's gonna come on after you.
Yeah.
He already asked. So tonight we're going to talk about A Lawless Time, which is officially coming out whenever you're seeing this today. I would guess if we're coming out tomorrow, or
can they just do away with that official versus unofficial coming out anymore? Like, make it so it's not tournament legal for a week to let people get time to open up their product, but just call the pre-release the release because it is the release.
Yeah. So one thing I think the reason they do that is because online retailers can't sell it.
Okay.
So it gives local game stores like a chance to sell prior to.
That's okay. That is a fair reason. I take back what I said, FFG. You don't have to listen to me at all.
I've been looking at pre-sale on all these showcases on TCG Player all week, going, "Let me in, let me in." But pre-release has happened in the last week and is currently happening. Kind of. I mean, some stores. Flockton is out right now doing a draft. I don't know if that's technically considered pre-release, but it is pre-release activities. So let's talk about our pre-release stories. I watched the Unplayable episode that you guys are talking about, your pre-release and A Lawless Time release. And I know Jay didn't get to go to any events because they were on Monday when they were recording. So why don't we start with you, Jay?
Yeah. So Monday we had our pre-release. We had, I think, 12 players, which is like, that's pretty average for around here. We don't have a lot of stores that actually support the game, so 12 is like pretty usual. We have a core knit though, which is nice. Like being able to go every Monday and know that like we're gonna have 10 or so players is really convenient. It was awesome. Clearly, the hype for the game has returned after what I would call is a complete dud set. Unfortunately, not only a dud set, but also it's like the end of rotation, so it's like just a crappy time
it's like the planets are aligning for a lot of people to be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do other stuff for 3 months, 4 months.
World of Warcraft, baby.
Fair.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've fallen off the cliff with that now that the new set's out.
Yep.
Old school RuneScape, let's go.
Oh, that's a good choice too.
Poketopia is not helping.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's good.
It's great. I'm loving it.
I like World Turtle. He called me bro, and I was just like, yeah, that's right.
Well, Magikarp that's like, yo, where am I?
He's
good times. Too bad that Star Wars isn't like as popular as Pokemon, because like Swoo would be so much more popular.
There's an upside to that. We don't have to deal with scalpers.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Pokemon scalpers are a breed of unto themselves.
Yeah. We also don't have like conventions though, where it's just true. Pokemon
just
cards.
That'd be true. That's kind of they get the crossover where they get Pokemon cards, the video games all going at the same like tournaments.
Yeah. I think I saw Flesh and Blood is doing a tournament at the same time that they're doing a tournament in Prague for Star Wars.
Oh really?
I think so. Yeah.
I haven't found there's much overlap between the two playgroups, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I don't feel like there is.
Yeah, I have not. None of the people that I used to play Flesh and Blood with have picked up Swoo, or if they did, it was just in the beginning, and they haven't lasted with it. Even if they're still playing Flesh and Blood.
Yeah, I feel like more card games should do that though. Like, didn't they have a Swoo event recently where Magic was also being played like underneath?
Oh,
at regionals or something like that.
I don't know.
That's a cool idea though.
Yeah, kind of.
I would say the crossover was Swoo and Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. We're going to have that again.
Yeah. Incredible timing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good planning.
Definitely the same audiences.
Yeah. There are repeats of both,
So you guys had, you said 12, and that's pretty good, but you had a lot of hype coming into the event.
Oh yeah, I think people are pumped for the game, and I mean, even just me personally, like I've been spent the last like 4 hours organizing cards, and like
it's brutal, this set. Oh, double colors, like, come on, I don't know what to do with you.
First 4 pages of my binder, I'm just like, vibes here and there.
Yeah, who goes where?
Exactly. And then like I'm like rotating out all of my set 1, 2, and 3 stuff, like getting that into like
long-term storage
basically.
Yeah. Perfect. That's where it belongs.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I want it for is for Twin Suns at this point. Yeah. So I just took it out of the binders, put them in regular boxes, so it's easy to just go through and grab whatever I want.
Yeah, I'm going to be tossing a bunch of those cards. Especially, I'm just all the foils. Like, there's no reason for me to have those unless that's my only copy of a card. That's true. That is true. They're gone with the dodo bird.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later, but these boxes feel amazing to open now.
Yeah. So at the pre-release, in my pre-release kit, I pulled a Prestige. It's not a slave one anymore. It's a
Fet's Fire Spray. Yeah.
And that was really cool because it's a gorgeous card, and I was like, yeah, this is sweet. I really like that Prestiges are in these packs.
It's a cool hit because now the hyperfoil are in every pack, so it's not like you're peering back for like the shininess. That's going to be there. It took me like 20 packs before I finally realized like that's a normal thing now. But the Prestige cards are now like I see like the black border.
Yeah.
It's
or
like
the white or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were like popping up and being like, "Ooh!" It was almost like I thought a showcase is being pulled, but it was just like this simple Prestige card that people are excited that it doesn't look like the rest of the pack. So,
yeah, especially when some of the Prestige cards are actually good cards, like good rares or good legendaries.
They've got a lot of good cards in this set are in Prestige as well, so it's kind of like, you're like, oh, not only is this cool looking, but it works in my deck or will work in whatever deck I'm making.
Exactly. Or I then build for that one card. I make the deck around that one card.
Yeah, don't do that.
So gameplay wise, I ended up playing Oracene because that was just like the best pool that I had. But it was also felt like an insanely cracked deck. I ended up going 4-0 and winning the pre-release, which I got to get like a Carbonite pack and stuff like that. But it was just insane. We only had one Vel, and apparently, like everybody's saying, Vel's like the best.
I think Vel is the Leia of the set, but in a significantly worse way. Like Leia was, a Snoke of our time. She was above everybody else in like the S tier, whereas I think Vel is probably just top of A tier, which is a big distinction.
Yeah, and I do think giving credits is like super relevant in limited. Yep. Especially like when I know my deck had like 5-8 costs.
Yeah, you can punish someone.
Most limited decks don't run 8 costs like that. But I had like Chrysanthemum, Lawbringer, and it's like if you give me resources and I have some amount of credit generation in my deck, on 5 to 6, and I can play Chrysanthemum to kill your leader or something, like that's such a huge swing. So I do think it is significant giving those resources, and
you have to be careful about it. I think especially like you can't let them stack up resources, and that's kind of like the smart play is to be like, I'm not going to just spend the 1 that you gave me. I'm going to wait until you give me 2 and I'm playing a 7-drop on 5.
Yeah, it felt very balanced. I mean, it felt like the deck building for the set is so open with the splash bases. I mean, you can kind of do anything you want, right? I mean, I had a lot of off aspect stuff just in case. I mean, I was playing like the one I was playing Lando, the other was playing Hera, so I had a little insurance that if I my hand was bricked, I could still play something with Hera's ability or with Lando having all the credits that he had. But I feel like this just opens up. I mean, it's so fun, truly.
Yeah. Now, did you have Aura, the sniper rifle to combo with Aura's ability?
I did not have the sniper rifle.
I mean, it is a rare, so it's not like it's going to be in every sealed pool.
Yeah, unfortunately. I did have I had 2 of the Lost and Forgotten So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really powerful.
I had a display piece was one of my rares.
Nice one.
And then I had the tree.
Tree
remembers the axe, and yeah. So you had a lot. You actually had a lot of removal for a deck in existence right now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I was like, I gotta play Aura. It was insane. And then like I had specifically I had like 3 credit token generators in my deck, and I knew if I played those early and I was able to get to the 6th resource turn, I could play my Lawbringer or my Chrysanthemum. Chrysanthemum is just insane.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
Absolutely broken and limited. It's so powerful to kill pretty much any leader in the game, including Aura.
Didn't Blair Xaxes someone at Wargamers Guild with Chrysanthemum?
Yeah.
She made the attack, and then she all of a sudden she's like, "Oh,
the overwhelm was the Xaxes."
Yeah, the Xaxes
for lethal, and she's like, "Oh, cool." But yeah, especially
since you can splash it.
Yeah,
you can splash it. You can bring him back to hand to heal him, and then play him again. Like I think he's worth the 2-card discard to bring him back to full. If you can.
Oh, in limited, yeah,
kill something else.
You got 2 cards that aren't going to do anything.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I mean, Aura's saying like I would shy away from her personally just because I'm leery of like the 7 cost, but. If you've got that level of removal, you can definitely get to 7 turns because the heal from the 6 cost removal that can just kill any non-leader unit, like that's big. And having 2 of them, you can just stack it and then be like, all right, now I can deploy my leader, wipe out a 3rd thing, and I'll be fine.
Yep, and like you also have the droid that's the village protector, that gets you pretty far into the game by itself, unless you're playing against Aura.
Yeah, and then you just have to side it out.
Yeah.
Card is so good.
Stupid, I hate that freaking card.
I had 2 of those on my 12 o'clock Saturday pool, and I was like, yep, absolutely going that way.
Yep, they're pretty good. I mean, they're pretty good just in general.
Yeah,
they're not bad cards. Unless
you're Jay, did you go to just the one, or did you have more than one? Just the one. Okay.
That's all he needed. He got his W in just 1. He doesn't need 2nd tries. What are you talking about?
It's true. Hey, some of us like to play for fun, Scotty. Scotty, go ahead and tell us about your PQ, pre-release.
Pre-releases. I actually went to 2 because I like to have fun.
I also went to 2 because I like to.
I did a Friday night one at Mr. E's in Berlin, New Jersey. He owns the shop there. He used to be my creative writing teacher back in high school, but I dropped his class. Little funny side story there. So they had about, I think, like 14 people. And he doesn't like run too many regular events. It's not like he has a big gaming space, but he'll do like SWU events occasionally because he just likes, the community that plays the game, and like a bunch of the people, like you would have recognized a bunch of people from like, Top Deck and things like that. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of like that crew, like the Jersey crew, because that's a little bit further into Jersey. I ended up playing the client. He's pretty good in sealed. I don't know about draft, but he's definitely pretty good in sealed. Like a 4 shielded is completely viable, and he can, if you have initiative, he can hold the other leader's flip hostage because he creates his token on generation, so they can't flip into you because then you can just exhaust them. So you're always going to get like a little bit out of his ability, and that's really all you need in sealed is just a little step up. But yeah, my deck was, when I first opened my set, I was very dejected because I did not have in any color like early game. It was spread out. It was spread out everywhere. It was like 1 and 1 and 1 and 1. But then I realized, I'm like, well, I just use my splash base on my 2-drop.
Yeah.
Like that's a completely viable thing to do. And I'm like, well, I have really good 2-drops. I have like a bunch of the Toydarian guys. So I'm like, cool, I'll just, put those in. I'll put in, what's his name? The blue-red that draws you cards.
Cheofen,
there you go. So I just basically bought in knowing that I would use my aspect base for my like first turn. Unless I had a BT1, he was my only on-color first turn. So I knew that was kind of how I was going into it. So I didn't splash too much else, but I didn't need to. I had a bunch of those cutthroats that deal damage to exhausted units. I had like 4 of them. I also had Boba Fett, who can deal damage to units. I had the other bounty hunter that can deal damage to unit when he comes into play. So, 4 through 6 resources, I was just dropping damage on the board, and nobody could keep anything on there. So I ended up going 4-0 with that deck. So won that one. And yeah, it was it wasn't a control-y deck. It was just, it wiped out their units while also putting like aggressive units on the board. So it was kind of that type of board control, incidental board control, but enough to slow everybody down where I was just able to be like, and I'll swing with all 4 of my units to base. That's 16 damage. I think that's enough.
I did discover there are some like really aggressive mid-range units in this set.
Like the especially those cutthroats. They're just like they got 4 attack, like, and they deal damage when they come in. Like they just get rid of stuff, and they get rid of shields on that little sentinel guy, so you can knock him out with a weenie. It definitely was really good. And Boba Fett, it's just, if you can hold him till 6 and get his on play when you play him, and then get an attack from him, like you're just wiping out. Like, oh, nobody's board and limited can stand up to like 3 damage repeatedly.
Yeah.
And I had a BT1, I had a 000, so I got some of that I got that combo going one game where it was just like, oh, discard a red card, deal you a damage, cycle back a red card, deal the base of damage. And obviously 000 is just really dominant with the 4/4 stats 3.
Yeah. I feel like the 6 costs have really high attack compared to what they used to.
Yeah, they feel like it. I mean, they definitely feel like they've got like more going on with them to, I guess, maybe, because that was always like a weird cost slot. It was like not your big drop, but kind of getting close to there. It's kind of like later game because leaders flip at 5, some of them.
And they all did something when they came out too. Like every 6 drop did something, and now I feel like they don't as much anymore.
Yeah. Boba Fett, being a 5,
and then if you want to put him on 6,
then he has an on play. But yeah, it was a fun event. Everybody was like real cool. I got there like 15 minutes late, so I had to build my deck real quick. I got stuck on the bridge coming from Philly into Jersey, so that was not too fun. And then I joined Brian on Saturday at Wargamers Guild up in Hamilton, New Jersey. That's where we're at.
Bordentown, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, Bordentown, kind of on the border of both of those, I guess.
Sure.
So that was fun. That's like stores like really great vibes. Not to be like cliche, but it really does. Everybody was like, just having fun, like really kind of.
It's a very chill store.
Yes, it was like a nice lackadaisical event. Nobody was in a hurry for anything.
People playing like minis in the back too. Like it was a great time.
Yeah, I was going over watching some Warhammer games play. Yeah. I opened up all hero leaders, and my pool, like my green villain pool was like a stack. It was like it was like a good portion of my cards was green villain. I'm like, this would be a great Boba Fett deck, but I didn't open any Boba Fetts.
So you played Java?
I didn't, because I was like, I don't want to play the starter leaders just because that's not like necessarily like the real sealed environment that you'll get at later events. And 2, I think Java stinks, and my yellow pool was real not good. So it was like, I don't know to do this. And then I was like, you know what? he looks beautiful.
I will be playing Java this week.
Java's not good in limited, is what I meant.
He's not good in Premier either.
Well, all right. At the very least, he's not good in limited. Unless you got like Salacious Crumb or something, then you can actually do some work.
Million times. I've Salacious Crumb until I die.
I did pull an Emphas Nest, and I did notice that I had a bunch of upgrades. So I was like, all right, what's a good strategy? Playing the leader that has better stats than all of the other leaders and putting a bunch of upgrades on her. And that actually, I had her helmet, I had the staccato light repeater, I had a mastery, I had another one of the refurbished blaster rifle. So basically it was Emphas Nest got to 9 attack in a few games and just blew people's doors off. So I went 3-0 in that one. We only played 3 rounds. So I got two undefeated runs in the pre-releases. So I was feeling quite good with myself at the end of the weekend. Got some extra prize packs, got nothing in them, but got extra prize packs. It was kind of funny when we were talking about the prestiges. I remember I pulled a Chewy prestige in this pool, but just was like, I don't have any ability to use it.
Can't do anything with it.
Can't do anything with it.
Did you use Emphasis ability at all?
Yes. I had a Falcon. Just on the flip side, I never paid for it. I had a Falcon, so I did that. I also had her helmet, so I did that. Obviously, getting +6, like that, people are just like, wait, what? And then, in yellow red, you have a bunch of those guys that have raid too. They're understated, but they're overstated with the raid. Yeah, the Storm Raiders,
So good.
the Haxan Enforcer,
Yep.
the
Urk with Raid 4.
So I put a bunch of those guys down, and like, do you know what's really terrible when you drop a 2/2 with Raid 2 when the opponent opens in space and they can't do anything about it? You're just like 4 damage, 4 damage, 4 damage, and like there goes like a third of your life in a 2-drop. But yeah, Emphas Nest was a lot of fun. I never paid for her ability just because I didn't have enough of like the on attacks, but like just having her helmet was fine.
Yeah. And she probably never died once she flipped.
No, she never. She was like, I'm going to be, I was like, I'll drop the Staccato Let Repeater on it. Next turn, I'll drop Mastery and the helmet on her. And they're like, I guess, she's staying around the entire time. Yeah, guess you lose. So that is a definite strategy. There's not much upgrade hate. So if you get a bunch of upgrades, Mastery is probably like the one card I'd say in the set that I'm like, about its design for limited because of how powerful it can be. But it definitely helped me in Abaddon.
Yeah, so I'll pick up where you left off there. So I was at the 12 o'clock Wargamers pre-release, and my packs were kind of okay. I pulled an Intimidator, which I was like, I'm going to throw this in the trash. It's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm not using that. It's fine. And the other Legendary I was lucky enough to pull was an L337, which I was like, all right, that sucks too. But what I did do was I ran Hera Blue. And so with Hera Blue, I got a lot of Spectres. A lot of Spectres were good. I got Zeb, I got Kanan, and I got Ezra. Or maybe I didn't get Kanan on that one. I think I just got Zeb and Ezra, which is great. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I had the Toydarian as well. So sometimes I did have to use the splash base there. But most of the time, I had decided to build my deck with Droid Heavy Intent because I could splash L3 in there. So what ended up happening was a lot of the time I did L3 and then I pulled a 000 for free. So that was fun. Nice. But sometimes I was able to get an L3 and an interrogation droid to exhaust, and then sometimes discard, and then the turret that was a sentinel with the shield. Mm-hmm. So people were like, all right.
Yeah,
I can't do anything about that.
She's not a bad tempo card in limited. No. Like getting 2 or 3 bodies from one play is not anything to shake a stick at.
No. I got one of
you didn't get Chopper too.
Yeah.
I know. Chopper. Been... Maybe I don't know if I got Chopper now. I don't think I did. I might have.
I feel like you did because I remember when you showed me your deck, you had like a freakish amount of droids.
I did. It was crazy. I had an R2 in there too to search, which was great. I opened up with R2 turn 1, search, pull the droid if I could, pull the L3 if I could. It was a sick deck. The only problem was L3 was my bomb. That's my top end, and that as a top end is not good.
No, you need something to follow it up with. She's a good tempo play. She's not a top end,
but I had a lot of those 1-drop 3/1 rebels that were great in red. I could splash those after the fact when I had 2 units on board. But my plan was to just flood the board and kind of confuse and overwhelm, and it worked for the most part. I did lose game 3. I went 2-1 because I didn't have bombs and my opponent did. It was a Hera Blue Mirror and she had the bombs and I did not, and that's fine. It was a great time. I enjoyed myself. And then after that, I went to another one in Bucks County, PA, which was like a little bit of a letdown, if I'm being honest with you. They were kind of it's a good store, but everything was MSRP for sure. Like there's no getting around that, and that's kind of tough to like justify.
Tough.
But I ended up playing Lando Green there. Pulled a Ghost Prestige, so I built around that. I was gonna go Vel, but I was like, I don't want to go Vel. Everyone's gonna go Vel. And there was a lot of Vel at that one, but that one was packed because you got a Carbonite pack on entry, included with your ticket, which is nice. I also got the I don't know if you guys got the actual credit tokens that they sent in the Game Genic.
I got 2 sets of those.
They're neat. They're pretty cool. Just showing them off in case anyone hasn't seen. They're okay. I think I still kind of prefer a token card with dice on it. Just for easy maths sometimes with Lando at least. I was making a lot. So Lando deck was okay.
Like the bigger one than I like the smaller one.
The small long one is weird.
It's a little too small. I'll probably 3D print some credit tokens or something like that, but they'll be a little bit bigger so they actually like are lining up with the resources.
And then this thing.
Why did they make that?
Absolutely baffles me.
That was Jack's idea. I talked to him about it.
What is this? This is for, first of all, for ants. Second of all, I can put my... Hold on.
You put your initiative tokens in it. Because you haven't lost all of them already.
Hooray! So I opened this.
Let me open mine.
Was so excited because I was like, oh, cool. Dude, I can put my tokens from Galactics, my battle droids, and my clone troopers. No, it's not that kind of token. It's literally your initiative tokens. I think that's a miss. I would much rather have...
I don't understand why it was made.
I mean, it was just free, right? Like, it was just extra. It's more like we didn't get anything like this before, so it's not like it took place.
I like the token box.
It took the place of nothing. It was just like...
The token box and the initiative token, I don't know. I kind of like those more.
Oh, we didn't get those, did we?
Correct.
This did take the place.
Correct.
Okay, then it's extra terrible.
Yeah, this is trash.
Yes, that's exactly... Yeah, I don't like it. It's so goofy. If it was a binder for like my tokens, I'd be like, sure.
Like a binder for like a one page binder.
Yeah, to display my battle droids, my X-wings, my clones, all that good stuff. But no, I'm not going to put all of my... I'm using my initiative.
I've lost them already. I've lost all of them.
I mean, they're behind me.
Opponents have taken them.
I have them in my display cases. That's also true.
I still have all of mine, but two things are weird about this. Mm-hmm. One, like, you didn't give us one for this set, and this is supposed to be like the collection of all of them, and then you just skip a set.
Yeah.
Like, well, that makes no sense.
If you put those credit tokens in that binder, they fall out.
Yeah.
There's nothing keeping them in there.
Like the way they're sized, they're definitely meant for the initiative tokens, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they're for something else.
So that blows my mind personally. It kind of that's a choice.
Someone spent time designing that,
and I'm gonna hurt their feelings. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then what you're bringing up about it is like way better because you sometimes have to have tokens that aren't in your deck. So being able to have a little handy thing to have just like a few of each token, like clone token or whatever, would be pretty cool.
That's what I thought it was. I ripped mine open immediately, opened the and saw the size of the pages, and I was like, oh, all right, okay. All right. I thought this might be like a cute little trade binder or something.
Yeah, I thought they were giving us a 1-card binder. I was kind of stoked on it, and then no.
I opened it and I was very disappointed.
Some people might like it. Some people that are collecting all of those tokens are like, oh, cool, I can put all of my initiative tokens in there now.
And to those people, I'm very happy for you.
I'm happy for you.
Me personally, I'm a little sad about it. I don't really like it that much.
I would say for like 90% of people, this is not something they care about.
Yeah.
I will say that I love... So I behind me, I've put all my showcases up, and I have on the front where the showcase of the set starts, I have their set's initiative tokens. And I do think it's really funny that the Ronald McDonald token sticks out so badly
right
from the other ones. Like, you know where 4 starts.
100%.
So
like, this is rotation.
This is the rotation mark. Please jump ahead to the next. Back to the pre-release I was talking about when I started ranting about binders and silly things that FFG's done. I went, I think I went 1 and 2 at that one.
Ooh.
But I was playing Lando at like an okay deck. Max Rebo Band saved my bacon a couple times. Just had me making credits like crazy. Good spoiler, by the way.
S tier legendary.
Good. Yeah. Max Rebo Band.
The band.
I had to go digging for Max Rebos.
Yeah.
I did not find it.
Yeah, you were fiending for them.
I needed it.
You're like throwing other legendaries at me, and then you're like, "Oh, do you have any Max Rebo bands?" I'm like, "What?"
I was
you
like,
didn't get enough?
No, I have this many extra legendaries and prestiges to barter with.
Nice.
And none of them are Max Rebo bands.
But yeah, at some point I realized like I'm not going to win this. I just want to see how many tokens I can make. How many credit tokens I can make. I had 12 credit tokens was my max.
Holy crap.
You needed the Intimidator in that pool. You could just play it off color.
Well, that pool I had so many things off aspect because I was like, it doesn't matter. I'm going to be making so many credit tokens. And I was able to like overwhelm with units there too. I just couldn't close out against my round 3 and round 1. I was still getting used to the deck, so okay.
Yeah, that happens sometimes when you build a sealed deck and you got you have some lines of play, but you're like, I don't really know what they are right now.
And Lando's tough and limited because who the hell knows what that deck you just put together has in it, right? Like I can't call all hero and be
smarter people than ourselves.
Bingo boingo.
Yep.
Bingo boingo.
But they probably would just not play Lando.
Yeah. I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah, but it works out.
But overall, I think that this pre-release was thebomb.com.
Yeah, everybody was super excited.
The set's incredible. The vibes are up. Rotation is happening, and like people can sense the shift in the air. You know, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I agree, and it didn't feel like. I only went to one, so it's not a huge sample pool, but it didn't feel like any particular leader or deck archetype was just like dominating or anything.
No,
like that.
I saw a pretty like wide variety of things, and it especially it wasn't like a situation of the previous 2 sets where you kind of like immediately were like, Snoke looks really good.
Yeah,
Leia looks exactly like Snoke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that everyone kind of just did their own thing, and what a lot of people were saying to me when I was like, "Oh, I like that choice you made," they were like, "Yeah, this is the time to play silly stuff, so I'm just gonna do it." Yeah. Like someone played Leia and was like, "I'm not playing her in Premiere. I might as well play her."
That's a fair assessment. I don't know, I don't know how good she was in Limited, but probably a little bit.
That guy got crushed.
I mean, probably better than normal.
Yeah, that guy got crushed. I was playing against an Aura Red and was just like, it's fine. I'm playing. It's a fun pre-release. Like no one got angry. There was no bad vibes anywhere. Mm-hmm. It was cool. I really dug the weekend. Was a good one.
I did like dropping Lukes on people and then being like, both of these decisions are really terrible right now. I don't know exactly what it's probably 5 damage rather than give me 9 attack to your base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah,
unless the credit token's valuable to you, unless you're going to immediately be able to kill Luke with the credit token.
No.
But that's how I got around, like we were talking about earlier, playing against Vel. That's what I was like. All right, cool. Give me 2 credit tokens. I will play Luke on 7, or on 5, and just run through you with him.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to give me like 2 turns of attacking with Luke? Sure.
So that's a good segue here. What have you guys been playing since pre-release, if anything? Like, what decks are you eyeing up? What do you want to try first? What cards are you gravitating towards? Any strong feelings? That's tough.
So, interesting thing is that we're having a showdown on Monday.
So,
but it's we're doing post rotation, like set 7 legal stuff.
Yeah.
But it's a set 6 showdown, so it's like the set 6 kit, which is fine because it's Padme's and I have no Padme's, so I'm gonna go get my 4 Padme's real quick.
Nice.
Light work.
Easy dubs.
17 different treatments of her.
Yeah.
So I have been kind of thinking of what I would want to play if I were to, or when I build something to go to that. And Lando has definitely been the one that I have enjoyed a lot. I don't know if he's going to be insane, but he plays very similar to Han 1, and I was really like jonesing with that deck. So
he's a chameleon. You can put him in any color, and he's like, if anything, fun.
Yeah, he's pretty sick. Like being able to play 8 or 9 costs on his flip turn is pretty nice.
Yeah, so. Just play him and Han and Twin Sons.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm playing a 11 cost unit on turn 5.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. I mean, yeah, Lando does look super interesting. And yeah, just the ramp that you can get from him is pretty crazy.
Yeah, like playing Bo Katan or Liberty on his flip turn just feels so impactful.
Yeah, Liberty is turning out to be one of the more impactful feeling legendaries in the set, just because of, it's in space, it's so big, it does something, like, especially now that like there's not as much removal, so it's exhausted. The exhaust effects are now more valuable now,
and it has Sentinel.
Yeah, that's it just walls off space against your opponent. You're like, all right, don't have to worry about it anymore.
It's pretty good.
It's so good.
Because before we were
just surprised it only costs 8.
Before we were just getting like if you were big in space and had Sentinel, that's all you did, except for like maybe like the Redemption that had the healing thing, and that's like one of the few things that was played. You had the Devastator, but like nothing in like the cheaper side of like the big drops that really was like, oh, I'm going to play this and it's going to do stuff, and then it's going to keep on doing stuff.
Avenger was like the only other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Relentless kind of did its own
Liberty thing. Is like Devastator and Avenger in one, because Devastator was sweet because it put up a Sentinel and it dealt with a ground unit. So it was able to do both lanes at the same time.
Yeah.
Liberty does the exact same thing, where it's like you exhaust something in the ground and then you have a Sentinel in space that they have to get through. So it's like you're able to deal with both.
Yeah, and that's really important now that like cards stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Plus, it does it every time it attacks, so it's got that Avenger style too. I don't know. It just seems like the most insane card.
Yeah, that's an on-site answer required kind of card.
Yeah. So that might be what you're showing up with the showdown.
The only issue with that is I don't have all those cards.
You don't have. Okay, so you're gonna have to beg, borrow, and steal some.
Yeah.
Quick, I'll send it to you. They're not gonna get there till like Monday morning.
Snowed here today. Who knows when it would?
That's true. Yeah.
What's going on up here?
It's crazy.
60 degrees when I left and walked the dog this morning, and then I'm at work and it starts blizzarding.
That's crazy.
It was 86 yesterday. Blizzard today. Jersey's weird.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I didn't bring a jacket to work today. I wasn't expecting that.
Scotty, what are you gonna play?
I'm caught in a rock and a hard place because my first love of Star Wars is one Wedge Antilles, and all of a sudden, especially the light side pilots, all of the light side pilots are like, oh, look at you again, like Luke, Poe, Wedge, Kaz, like they're looking at like, oh, now how fast we are is what's fast in the game. Because you don't have like a Sabine or something like that, so it's like that's like the aggro, style of things. So looking to see what I can do with Wedge, either in yellow or red. Probably red. I don't like yellow, really, for whatever reason. I do like a lot of the yellow multicolor cards. I just don't like yellow as otherwise. So I'm looking at that Wedge, but then I've also been mostly playing Enfys Nest, just because I had a lot of fun with her at the pre-release. And there's some real crazy on attack things that you can do, with that giant tactical bomber. Little aggressive negotiations on the tactical bomber. Attacking for like, I think the most I got it up to was like a 12, and then I doubled that up, so it dealt 36 damage in one turn.
It's insane.
Yeah. Pretty gross.
Pretty gross. Yeah, it's the type of thing where it's like, I think with Enfys, you've got to find stuff to like you want to be using her ability in the later game, after she's died. Like that's when you want to spend, because like you're trying to cash in immediately on your resources. So finding stuff like the tactical bomber that has like a big impact in the late game is kind of important with her,
especially with a pump.
Yeah, with a pump, it's just stupid.
One of my favorite all-time decks that I've played is Daedra with Dryden legendary unit and aggressive negotiations and swinging for like 25.
Yeah, you're just like, and game. But obviously, aggressive negotiations is everywhere. Everybody's negotiating very aggressively.
I call that a diplomatic solution, personally.
Yeah.
I mean, aggressive negotiations is one of the cards that people were clamoring about when they did their meta update stream that ended up being on the all-day stream because they didn't have the meta update stream. So on that note, I have fully been investing myself.
Oh yeah, you're all up in it. You're the degenerate scumbag.
Yep, I 100%. I today I had.
You got that showcase yet?
No.
Yeah.
Today I was at I will. It'll be mine at some point.
Little waifu action.
We could talk about showcases when we get to the Carbonite section of the
all right.
of the pod. But today I managed to hit with my hammerhead with aggressive negotiations for 14. And then when all was lost, I had another aggressive negotiations and hit with Jin for +9. So that was the whole
26
game.
damage between two attacks.
Yep. And that was round 7? resource 7 because I had the hammerhead out at 6. So yeah, I mean, if you do damage at the beginning point of the game, you're golden. You just have to get aggressive negotiations once or twice.
Yeah.
So, the deck's
interesting thing about the whole aggressive negotiations is that I feel like they're being a lot less frugal with card draw, like in general.
Yeah, they kind of just were like, and everybody can draw everything now. Like you're stacking your hand with a lot of stuff, and
Chiofane is the MVP of that deck too. I mean, like, you start out the gate swinging. You go into Chiofane into the X-wing that allows you to draw a card after dealing a 2 damage, and then it dies so that you could deal.
And then you draw
another card
the next turn and play a 3. It's pretty nuts.
You put Ray in there, and then that does splash damage.
I think the Ray is where like that deck. I don't think gets off the rails, but I think gets a little like.
Childish.
Why is this the interaction? Because it's very random.
Mm-hmm.
It's just entirely random.
It's childish. It's
can't sell shoes. It's trash.
Yeah. I'm actually very surprised that they printed a card like that in this game, because not only have they increased the amount of card draw, but
you draw 2 every
point,
turn.
You can stop resourcing.
Yeah, stop resourcing. That's what you do in that deck.
And
stop resourcing at 6.
At the end of the game, like, you stop resourcing, you have more fodder. You know aggressive negotiations is in your hand. You have to start running things like Galen Urso. You have to.
Galen Urso. You got to run Sentinels. Can at least jam it up a little bit.
Yeah. Galen Urso. You have to hold the removal for, the
jamming transmissions,
out of hand removal. So jams communications, and the charge with the treason, yellow one that can pick things out.
Espionage one.
I don't remember what they're charging everyone with.
Treason, espionage, one of the two. Treason's the red
espionage one. Remembers.
Yeah.
But I do think that this game is off to a great start as far as the first World Week 0 right now. So I think this feels really good as a solid starting point. There have been no events yet, obviously, because the set isn't officially out until tomorrow as of this recording. So it's hard to say one way or the other what's going to be a problem. But currently, I feel like there are so many different things you could focus on that it's not going to be an issue.
I'm currently in the boat that they don't need to mess with it.
I agree. I think that the meta update should be and was. We're good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're going to mess with it now, but I think it does get messed with.
It might.
I think before the end of the year.
I think there's too many games of aggressive negotiation chicken, and it's going to play out in like that game that Brian just described, where it's like he attacked twice and that was 26 damage. I think that's going to be, showing up on stream too many times. Yeah.
They're going to be the Han ones of, and that's the thing, right? It's in any deck. It's a neutral aggression card. Like, it's gonna show up. Is it time to do it now before anything's out? No, I don't think so. Before 2027? Yeah.
That's a card that should have been a triple aspect.
Triple red.
No, I mean just in the standpoint of like restricting it more, how we've got like single reactor ignition. It can only be in like blue, red villain decks.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you could splash it into something and, maybe splash it a little bit. But
or you use Callus.
Or you use Callus, yeah.
It does feel like Callus. A double red card, though.
Right? Yeah, it does.
Like, it should be a double red card.
But here's the thing. Because it's a pump, you don't even care if you're paying 5 for it.
No.
Because by the time
it's a huge pump like it is.
By the time you're using it, you're like, I'm swinging for game. I don't need resources.
Not if I'm swinging for 16 with a hammerhead.
Yeah, you'll spend all of your turn's resources on that. You don't care.
Absolutely, I will. No question about it. That's the win condition.
That is how that deck works.
This rebellions are built on aggressive negotiations.
It's fine,
Coach.
Flockton will dumpster you on Sunday with it somehow.
Flockton doesn't even know what any of these cards do.
He's gonna run Galen Urso, and then he's just.
Flockton doesn't know what Galen Urso is.
He doesn't know who he is.
Why is Gamora? Has no clue. Let's be real. Oh, speaking of, that's a great point. Flockton said, "Hey, I know I'm not here, but you should talk about
draft.
How drafting goes. You can quickly talk about my thoughts on the draft part." Okay, ready for it?
Yep, this is the draft part.
We're pumped. All right, everybody, tune in. This is
the short.
Flockton's Corner.
I'm rolling up my sleeves. Ready? It's good to draft. Splash base is good. That was all one sentence. Drafting is easier than sealed. Going Vader green got 2 ramp cards. Well, 3, including the 6 cost events. And that concludes Flockton's thoughts on draft. Man is so impactful from far away, even.
Aspect base good.
Why say more words with less do trick? It's good. It's good to draft. Splash base is good! Exclamation point is my favorite.
Oh, you didn't read it correctly then. You didn't read it with an exclamation
It's
point.
good to draft. Splash base is good.
That sounded just like him, actually.
Yeah, that's fair.
Oh God. So obviously there's some issues that have been plaguing this week, and I don't want to get into it because everyone's talking about it. Every Discord I popped into this weekend was like, Cardamundi. We're not going to talk about it too much.
Well, hopefully they're blaming Cardamundi and not FFG.
I'm blaming Cardamundi personally because they damaged 2 of my cards that I got from Carbonite boxes. I opened 8 Carbonite boxes, and I said I was only going to do 1, but I found them for $200 a box, and I was like, whatever, $100 more than a regular box. I might as well try my luck. I didn't know what I was getting into yet. I didn't see all the posts. I didn't believe the hype of the God boxes.
You could have gotten a God box.
I could have gotten a God box, and truly, I would not be blaming Cardamundi at all if I got the God box. Alas, I opened eight Carbonite boxes. I got 0 serialized. I got 3 showcases.
Ugh.
My Velsartha was damaged. There are print lines all over it, straight down the middle, at the name, and then 3 to the right of her on all on her unit side too. It's not just one side. It was just the one side. I had pulled some additional packs, and I gotten 2 serialized, a Bosk and a Cad Bane. The Cad Bane was damaged right on the number.
Wait, so you opened 8 boxes. You got no,
and then he bought more.
And then you bought a few packs.
I believe the number was 3.
Oh,
3 packs. And
I
got
hate
2
you.
serialized cards.
That's pretty. I mean, like,
But that wasn't what I was looking for. I didn't want those.
That's crazy.
Yeah, my luck has been pretty good. I have bought more since and found garbage.
yeah, stop. While you're
I'm done
ahead.
now. I'm done now.
That's
I'm done. Once the weekend ends, then it's over. It's fine. We're good.
No, next time we're in a card shop and I'm like, hey, Brian, they got some Carbonite packs over there. You're like, want to kill
I'll
the box?
buy a Lucy. Sure.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't buy a Lucy?
Yeah.
You want to see me lose $30? You want to see me do it again?
I'll do it.
But yeah, I mean, it's disheartening, right? Like, it's disheartening.
All of your good cards were destroyed.
Yeah. So I got a Saw and I got a Callus. Those were fine, but the Vel I was excited to open, and it was ruined. Not ruined. I mean, I'm still gonna use it and play it, but like, it's bad. I'll show you.
Are they gonna replace those?
I don't think so. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. And I have all of them, right? Like, I have never made a peep about them before. These are rough. I don't know if this is gonna come up over camera, but it's like,
I can't even look at it.
It's probably not, but you can take my word for it. It's busted up pretty good.
Let me see. You're like 420p webcam.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I could see it.
It's perfect. So disheartening. And then among the other issues is the changes, right?
Yeah.
Where the distribution is all over the place. We have God boxes, we have God cases, and then that leaves people with doo-doo boxes and doo-doo cases.
Yeah, it's one thing if you're gonna do your print run and then give someone the golden ticket, but if it disturbs the general distribution, like, it's one thing to be like, we actually packed a purposeful God box, God case. It went somewhere, we don't know, but that doesn't affect the rest of the odds for everybody else.
They should have just came out and said they did that.
Yeah.
Just lied.
But then there was like 6 other cases that had that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. And I personally hate the changes. And then Cardamundi kind of screwed them over because I guess they wanted to fix the
collation issues.
The collation issues, number 1, and number 2, the secondary market where the cards have, the showcases were feeling less valuable than others. Now they're really feeling less valuable than others because they're in like 1% of the people's hands. They're all condensed in those people's God boxes or God cases or whatever.
You said you hate the changes.
I do hate the changes.
Which changes?
The showcase probability changes.
It's less, right?
It's much less. It's 1 in a case now instead of 1 in 2 boxes.
It's half.
And you got 3 in 2 cases.
Correct.
So yours was higher than what it should be.
Correct.
Yeah. What did you get last set though?
8 out of 8 boxes.
What?
I'm 100%.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I went on a tear last set, and then to open up this, so I think the booster boxes, the regular booster boxes, feel incredible to open.
Oh, they were great.
Incredible.
I switched back from Carbonite to regular booster boxes. I had a great old time opening these things.
Incredible.
Find random prestiges, all about it.
Mm-hmm.
Got a nice stack of hyperfoils. Got my hyperspace, no foil cards. I don't have to take a stack of cards, a literal stack of cards, and just throw it out.
Yep.
Yeah. Because at least with the hyperfoils, you can take those with you and be like, hey, person, that hyperfoil's out their deck. I got some. Take whatever you want.
Yeah.
Those have a market, whereas just regular foil cards, it's like, oh great, I pulled a legendary, but it's foil. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Flockton, you got to bleep me at 51 minutes and 53 seconds.
I'm not even gonna tell him.
We just need to get rid of Carbonite boxes.
100%
altogether.
I absolutely agree with you.
Just put all the treatments in regular boxes.
I absolutely agree.
Put everything in regular boxes.
As someone who opens several per set, get rid of them. I don't think they were never worth it to begin with. Let's be perfectly clear. The only reason that they were drawing people in, people like myself who have no brain, is that they said you can get showcases easily.
And now
it's like, well,
you
true. Might get a showcase. I've seen people with 2 cases of showcases or 2 cases of card boxes that have gotten 0.
I would put a fist through a wall.
Probably. I would be livid. Livid.
It's the.
But what if I told you could get a showcase in every pack?
I would be livid because it's not me. No, but truly,
he's the epitome of that meme of the young black kid being like, I'm just standing there grimacing like,
congrats, happy for you,
happy for you.
Well, that's and I think it's no. If I'm being objective, right, that's bad. Right? Obviously, clearly, that's bad. Because this is not the first time that this happened where they've messed up the print run.
Honestly, I feel like it should be punishable in court, for what Connor DeMundy's doing, because
it's damaging FFG's brand.
Yeah. That, but it's also is on the fine line of gambling already.
And if it's not to the specifications that they say, then you're
mm-hmm.
starting to get into where it's a little fraudy fraud.
Yes. Exactly.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, it's a slippery slope.
It's brutal, dude. Cardmondy sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't like the all the collation stuff, all of the God boxes, not God, the damage cards.
Yeah, that's the word. That's
that's you can't even you could defend the other stuff being like, oh well, technically the probability is the same. That you have to have the God box as a possibility if probability is true. But the damage cards are terrible. I haven't opened a serialized yet, and if my first serialized that I opened was damaged, I wouldn't be buying any more Carbonite packs.
I say that, and then I'm gonna.
But Brian's their target market for Carbonite boxes.
I am, and I'm done. I told Scott this last time. I have to hold myself to a
level of accountability.
Yeah, to a standard where I can say no and not do it. And this set was the one that pushed me over. Truly, I've already bought in this set, so I don't count that. I pulled a pack or 2 and was like, haha, hee hee, it's funny. But next set, I'm not gonna bother, right? Because like I said, they fixed
55 minutes and 6 seconds of episode we're on.
But truly, they fixed the experience of opening regular booster boxes and have made the experience of opening Carbonite booster packs incredibly less satisfying. Opening all of those Carbonite packs, I was like dead inside.
At least you're not getting foils though.
Yeah, at least half the pack isn't useless.
That's true.
You are getting a lot more hyperspaces.
My binder looks beautiful. Yeah. It looks like a reflective mirror. I'll tell you, it looks like a like a yellow vest.
One thing I did like about Carbonite boxes is they're less packs. It doesn't take me as long to open them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It was getting through a case and going back to getting a case rather than 2 Carbonite boxes plus supplementing with singles. Going back to getting a case, I'm like, oh my god, this is taking me forever. I got a lot of trash. Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, the opening experience of the regular boxes was significantly better, and I think the changes they made to the regular boxes, including the prestiges, getting rid of the foils, A+.
Yeah, regular boxes are peak right now.
Yep.
And they would be worth so much more if Carbonite boxes didn't exist.
Yeah.
Imagine prestiges drop at the same rate that they drop in regular boxes, and there's no Carbonite boxes. You know how much more valuable prestige cards
would be like
less.
Yeah.
Love that.
Like, imagine a Luke prestige.
I've got one.
That would be like a over $50 card.
Yeah, right? it'd be a pretty cool pool. And again, you're back to now, you're back to your 3 treatments of a card, but the 3 treatments that people actually want.
Right.
Instead of foil being one of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be so awesome.
100%.
Instead, prestige cards are worth like 5 cents.
$3 at most, yeah. Luke's will be $3. Chewie's will be like 90 cents. It's the same old story, same old song and dance. And yet, I win the Fell Forward Again award. I do. I'll load it.
Yeah, I'm opening boxes to get cards that I need.
Well, I did switch over to a certain point because I needed Max Rebos. And I did like opening regular boxes.
Yeah.
I only bought 1 Carbonite box, period. All this
stuff. I didn't.
It was a Jump to Lightspeed one I got Vader Showcase, so I was
nice.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you're pretty happy with that one. I didn't buy any of the Jump to Lightspeed Carbonite boxes, but I did buy a lot of the prestiges and singles because I am like, the Starfighters are why I like Star Wars. So I'm like, if it's a playable prestige from that set, I own 3 of them.
Yeah. They were really cool ones too. Yeah.
Jump to Lightspeed is the pinnacle.
The peak of this it's ironic that the first one was the peak.
Yeah, they've gone downhill since.
I will say that some of the ones from Sector of Power are really, really good.
Yeah, Sector of Power.
Whatever it is, Secrets of Power.
Yeah, the ones that are propaganda posters are neat. Those are really posters.
Cool. Yeah. I think the Bounty Puck ones.
No, I think they're fine.
Yeah. They're better than Lawless Time.
They're better than Lawless Time.
I don't know. I don't think Lawless Time looks that bad.
Some of them are growing on me. The white ones especially.
In person, they look so much better in person.
They do. And it's funny how cards do that. I don't understand what's going on that it's like, oh, shit, that actually does look better. 58-42 Flockton.
I'm not telling him anything. We're just going to roll with it this time.
How many did we get before we get PG-13 rating?
I don't care anymore. We're going off the rails here. So, anyone want to say anything else about Carbonites before we move on to our next topic?
I don't even want to buy loose packs of them.
Yeah, that's probably the correct call.
They really, honestly, there's so infinite amount of reasons that I can explain for them to get rid of Carbonite boxes. Will they do it?
No.
LFL might not let them. Who knows?
Yeah, that's
just lack of SKU confusion, even.
Yeah.
So let's talk about. This is a very brief, maybe topic, but let's talk about way too early predictions for the PQ season ahead. Just a Lawless Time.
I mean, it's not predictions. Like, this is the definitive. This is what's
100%.
Oh, the ultra uber definitive tier list for PQ results. Way too early. Jay, who you got? Leader and base. Who you got?
Winning?
Yeah.
Like being the best PQ deck?
Yeah. Consistency is key.
Or the one that's played the most, because it's different.
Yeah.
Give me both.
All right. I definitely think that the Jin aggressive negotiation deck is going to be like the most played deck.
Yeah.
I think everyone's going to gravitate towards that because it's super straightforward and easy to play.
Yep. That's why I'm there.
What do I think is going to be one of the better decks? That's tough, man. That is a tough one. I feel like someone's gonna come up with some aggro deck that's actually really good. Whether it's Chewbacca or Sebulba or something.
Chewbacca's coming up.
Chewbacca's looking pretty interesting.
Jack tore up the stream the other day with Chewbacca.
Yeah, let's go with Chewbacca. I'm gonna say Chewbacca.
All right.
Kick some.
Jack looks like Chewbacca.
I like that. I like that a lot. Have you seen that showcase? I just looked at it for the first time today, like real close. And where it says epic action, if you control blah blah blah, you may. It just says spend 4, deploy your leader. It looks so weird.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It does look really goofy.
It looks super funny.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. It's not a bad looking showcase. I like the little
yeah, it's growing on me.
The revolt in the background.
Shay, I like your thinking. I'm gonna add on to that. I also would think that the Jin Aggressive Negotiations Red is gonna be the most played. I think the most winningest deck for now is gonna be either Obi Blue Force or Obi Virgin's Temple.
Okay.
That deck is a nuisance.
You're just insane. Going good cards, good math.
Mm-hmm. That deck is a nuisance. I think that's going to be on top.
Yeah, I hate that deck.
I do too. It's hard to beat.
It's like a worse version of all of the like Village Protector blue green hero decks that I had to freaking deal with before.
Typho, Lando, drop a Kellerin, turn 1 Consular into garbage. Like
I always ran space decks because I didn't want to deal with that bullshit.
You just dodge, lane dodge.
Yeah, it's always the best.
All right, so pivoting from that, I'm going to say, the Jin Aggressive Negotiations deck probably the most played, and we'll put up decent results, but I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the pinnacle. But I think Pilot Luke, probably with, I guess, green.
Yeah, Luke's tough.
Just because he does lane dodge the Obi a lot, and can still just be a Gatling gun from space.
It's a good deck.
I think little dark horse is going to be either Von Reg or Kaz.
Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking when I was saying an aggro deck, somebody coming up with an aggro deck, I was thinking Kaz or Sebulba or Chewy or something like that.
Yeah, Kaz is the faster of the pilots for sure. I mean, sometimes Wedge can be just because he spits out he just dumps his entire hand on the board full of pilots. But that's kind of a pipe dream type thing.
I do think Talzin Yellow is going to show.
I was just about to say.
I've played a bit of against a fair bit of that. The math still Talzin's Assassin is still really good.
I prefer Talzin Red personally. I know Yellow's like the buzz, but Red just feels like home.
No more Force Lightning.
I know.
No more Force Throw.
It was cozy at Galactics last year. I ran the Open and I was feeling really good about myself. And then it just dropped off again for no reason. No one played it after it won Galactics.
Happens sometimes. Sometimes it's more along the lines of good deck, but player had played it really well and had a good weekend with it. Sometimes that just happens and it's the deck is arguably not the best deck, but it still won an event.
It wasn't very long after that they banned Force Throw too.
That's fair.
Maybe a month after that.
That did neuter that pretty quick.
Yeah, that was September. They banned Force Throw on my birthday.
How dare they? Was that a present or was that a snide against you?
No, as a Talzin player, that was not a present. Yeah,
it was not a present. That was pretty bad. How dare they?
I texted Jack and I was like, "Bro, worst gift ever."
The man is a menace.
And then let's just talk about our plans for event attendance. Do some listener questions, and we'll wrap it up here. We're hitting in the hour mark. So I plan on going to Atlanta. I plan on going to a couple PQs, maybe 2 or 3, and then I do plan on hitting up the Prague regional.
Ooh!
Oh shit!
He's going international. He's bringing this international.
I'm hoping to make the Prague regional for Lawless Time.
Okay, so have you looked at plane ticket prices?
I have, and it hurts my feelings.
How much are they?
Currently, one way would be $800.
That's nothing.
The round trip's $1,000 or so. But then you put in the cost of the event.
Why are you going one way? What is the point of looking at a one way?
You said one way. Why was that even something?
Yeah, like what are you going to stay in Prague?
I might go on vacation somewhere else. That I'm in Europe. I'm not going to fly out of Prague. I might take a train somewhere, see some things, Laurie, doing things.
My sister's got to go to Switzerland.
So it's like a 1,000 there.
Yeah,
back.
yeah. We'll call it 1,000 to 1,200
from Philly. Yeah, it's like 1,100. I would say
probably more from Florida, South Florida, Miami.
Yeah.
If you let me crash your hotel room and I don't have to pay anything, I'll come.
We'll chat.
When's Prague again?
It's gonna be May 22nd, 23rd, something like that.
My financial statements are filed in April. I don't know. Who knows?
Just got my taxes done tonight. I might have to throw a little bit of that towards Prague.
That is, my tax return is basically a plane ticket at that price level.
That's wow. Mine was not at all.
That's not. I don't want to get to that big of a.
Mine was return, like a little drop.
I haven't even done my taxes, but I have had to pay the last couple of years. So
it's the the interest and the SALT deduction for property taxes up here.
What about you guys? Where are we headed?
I do want to go to Atlanta. I haven't confirmed that with my wife yet, but her family lives in Georgia. So
okay, you can
gonna try to
2 for 1 it.
Like, let's go. You can go visit your fam,
and I'll disappear for the weekend.
I'll just be playing. So we'll see. I mean, it's only like an 11-hour drive, so if we wanted to drive, we could. But I'd probably still fly because it's like an hour and a half flight.
Yeah,
that's an hour and a half flight is nice.
Yeah. It's like by the time you get up to altitude, you're like coming back down.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's in April, and I am so busy at work. Until April's done, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to swing it. I'd have to really get ahead of what I'm working on over the next 2 weeks, which I don't think that's gonna happen. But I'm gonna try. Since you're gonna be there, Jay, I'm gonna try.
Well, I haven't confirmed it yet. So
no, you said at an hour and 7 minutes and 50 seconds. I'm gonna do some local ones. It's pretty much. I don't have any big travel plans this time around, at least for this junket. But if I can swing Atlanta, maybe I can swing Atlanta. I really don't think I can swing Prague. You got your passport, bud?
Try. Huh?
You got your passport?
Oh yeah.
All right, just making sure. That's going to be a long wait with shutdowns.
So the story with that is that we were going to go to Spiel back in the day when this game was just starting out, me and Flock, and then I rushed to get it. Like I rushed it, and then we might have gotten there. We were about to book our flights and everything, and then Jack bailed, and I was like, me and Flock going to Germany by ourselves sounds like a horrible idea. So I'm gonna pass.
You need a chaperone,
but my passport is good.
They're gonna I mean.
Flock wouldn't have been coming home.
German jail is probably better than American jail.
Flock wouldn't be coming home, I can tell you that much.
That's fair.
That's a lot of togetherness.
How long do passports last?
10 years.
10 years.
All right, mine's good for another few years.
Yeah, I'm good too. We'll see.
Yeah. So that's
Teresa, can I go to Prague? She can't hear me.
Yeah, so that's the hope. You can find us there. Maybe sometimes half of us, a quarter of us, a third of us. There's no fourth of us.
We're all going to Worlds, though.
Yes, we are.
Guess who's not going to Worlds?
Flockton.
Oh,
he's got to play an ultimate frisbee tournament.
Flockton's got to throw the old discus around.
We'll just Nancy Carrot. We'll just Tanya Harding him.
Why don't we just make him pull an Achilles or something?
Just hit him in the kneecap with a bat.
Yeah. I Tanya.
Yep.
Yeah. So we will be going to Galactics. Everyone here right now, currently.
Yes. The cool kids.
I know David, Mike, and Jim are all going to be there too.
All right, good. That warms my heart.
Yeah, that's the real important stuff.
Comparatively speaking to Flockton, yeah.
Let's crack into these listener questions, and then we're gonna call it a night. So, do Minnesota winters suck? I would assume they do.
Alan, I can't imagine they wouldn't. I mean, they do have like walkways in Minneapolis, like the sky bridges, so you don't have to like go outside all the time. But Genius. I imagine it's not too pleasant. I mean, we were there in the winter.
Yeah,
I've been there. I've been there in the winter a few times, but we didn't have to leave the Mall of America.
I remember waiting in the lobby that morning we were leaving, and it like the automatic doors opened, and I was like,
"Yeah,
get me out."
I walked a mile from like the FFG old event center to like a restaurant in like the snow one year. It was the stupidest thing I've done.
Pass.
Yeah,
hard pass. Card you're most excited to pull.
Oh,
card I'm most excited to pull. Liberties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got a nice. I've had a plethora of liberties. I really want an Memphis showcase.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was like trying to invoke into being as I was opening my 6 boxes, getting no showcases. That's what I was like, just end the showcase. Yeah, come on.
That's fair. That's fair. If I had to pick a showcase, because Liberty doesn't even have a freaking prestige, so it's like what Hyperspace Liberty, like that's lame.
Hyperspace Foil Liberty,
Lando showcase.
Yeah,
Lando does look Lando. I mean, pretty much all the showcase in this
Gin showcase for me
cool.
personally.
Well, I mean, yeah, because that's the cost the most. You're going to buy them all anyway.
And
Vader,
preferably not damaged.
Preferably pristine, no print lines, no dents.
When you go to buy all of your prestiges, are you going to bargain shop for damaged ones? No, you want
I did see there was someone had like when Gideon was not like, I think it was a release weekend for set 2. Gideon was there at like $90, and I was like, "Ooh, I might actually jump in on that." And then it was like heavily damaged, scuffed print line. I was like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah.
I would say like, if not a showcase, I would say probably I did pull a Hyperspace Foil single reactor edition. That was great.
I've gotten 2 Hyperspace single reactor ignitions, which I was most excited about. I don't want the foils because I won't use them.
Beautiful card.
I mean, I could sell them, trade them, etc. But I prefer the Hyperspaces, and two of them in Hyperspaces. Nice.
And a Hyperfoil Max Rebo I pulled.
Nice. You need the Max Rebo, so that's
the
fair.
Sauce.
I would like a Prestige Mando. I want a set of Prestige Mandos, or at least 2, because I think 2 is like what you would probably run in a deck. Yeah.
Let's see the puck.
Those Prestige.
That little like heated rivalry reference or something.
Oh my god.
It could be.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I do, but I just realized that the producer of it is Jacob Tierney, who was
Letterkenny.
The producer of Letterkenny. Yeah. Like he plays a character on Letterkenny. So I'm like, oh, I should probably watch this.
He's the pastor.
He's the pastor. He's youth minister. Yeah, clearly a closeted character.
Last question, and then we'll wrap it up. If your guest, Alan wants to know, if your guest played Destiny, ask them what game they enjoy more.
This.
Yeah.
1000%. It's not even close. Like, I liked Destiny. If you go back and play Destiny now, it hasn't aged well.
It's like pulling your hair out.
Yeah. I can't relate.
No,
it is very it is not aged in a good way, in my opinion.
Yeah,
unfortunately, and I have a lot of nostalgia with that game. It started my content creation.
I just sold a box of covert missions that I found in the basement.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
How much?
$200.
Wow.
Yeah, price to move. Probably could have held out for like $240, but yeah, wanted it out of there.
I was saying to someone that I do miss the dice, but I also missed.
Who misses dice?
I remember walking to PAX Unplugged from the train, and it just sounded like a bunch of maracas in my backpack, like down the street. People were like, "What are you doing? What's in your?"
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to carry a 30-pound bag around at all times.
These are sick. I would not trade these for anything at this point. Like, they're incredible.
Yeah, they're much better product.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Than those like plastic dice binders.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, imagine Destiny now with FFG where they have GameGenic producing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then also they're treating their cards. Destiny was like all non-foil, no treatment whatsoever.
Yeah. Spot glosses, baby.
Imagine the dice being like translucent and like golden dice and like all kinds of crap.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy. What a great time we would live in.
I'm glad that we don't.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for tonight. I think that we've hit every topic we wanted to talk about. But thanks to Jay for popping by.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
This was fun.
I decided I'd bring it and make it a little respectable for once.
Yeah, by comparison, a lot less yelling at the third person this time around.
Wonder, that's true. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Yeah, but Jay, tell the people where we can find you.
If you go to your kitchen and open the trash can, I'll be there.
That's fair. You're the banana peel at the bottom.
Yep.
Nice.
Not floating on top of a doily, like, you know. Cool. Very cool. Right. Yeah, I don't plug it either. That's fine.
You plugged it at the beginning at the top.
I did, yeah. So, but seriously, anytime you want to come back, you're more than welcome. We'll kick Flock off for the night. He'll go draft.
No, I want Flock to be on.
That's true. Yeah. Next time he'll definitely.
People.
Yeah. But thank you for checking us out, and if you made it this far, you're the best. Find us wherever you find us. If you're already listening to us, you've already found us. It's great. But we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.